Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our council meeting dated today, the 26th of November, 2018. So I'll call the meeting to order. I'll call for attendance and identify to the clerk that Councillor Graham is absent today. And I will also call for a moment of reflection to the clerk, please.
May we be worthy custodians of all that has been entrusted to us. Help us to be concerned only for what will promote good government. May we bring to our council chamber minds that think and hearts that feel, always having respect for others so that we may serve the people of our city in a helpful manner and for the good of all.
And can we also remain standing? We lost a citizen in the community, Pauline Winkle, a couple weeks ago. So if we can remain standing for a moment of silence in her memory. Thank you. Be seated. Okay. Item number 3 on the agenda, disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. Seeing none. Item number 4, public meetings. Nothing scheduled for this evening. Item number 5, reading and confirmation of the minutes. Minutes of the regular council meeting, the 13th of November 2018, and the regular in-camera session, the 13th of November. I need minutes moved by Councillor Miller, second by Councillor Deniers. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Seeing this evening we have no deputations, unless there's any surprises. I don't see any. Correspondence, I have none on my agenda. We move right to the Committee of the Whole. Motion to go into Committee of the Whole to hear and consider the reports, passing and recommendations and resolutions with Councillor McCaw in the chair, please, because Councillor Graham is absent this evening. Can I get a motion on that? Councillor Miller, second by Councillor Thompson. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. You have the table.
Good afternoon, everyone. We'll start with 8A reports. The agenda shall include, under reports, items that warrant individual attention from council. And 8A1 is the replacement storage area network. Manager of Information Systems, report number MIS-2018-04. And the resolution reads that Section 15, request for tender of the city's purchasing bylaw number 2017-234 be waived, and that the quote from Zycom Technology, Inc. be accepted in the amount of $58,856 plus $7,651.28 HST for a total amount of $66,507.28. And that the mayor and city clerk be authorized to sign the acceptance agreement on behalf of the corporation of the city of Belleville, and the city clerk be authorized to affix the corporate seal. Do I have a mover? Councillor Boyce, seconded by Councillor Thompson. Any discussion? Seeing none? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion's carried. 8A2. Purchase Order Amendment Number POA-2018-20. General Manager of Transportation and Operations Services, Report Number GMT-OS-2018-08. That pursuant to the General Manager of Transportation and Operations Services, Report Number GMT-OS-2018-08, Repurchase Order Amendment Number POA-2018-20, that Council above council approve an amendment to purchase order number 133784 of an additional $27,005.89 for a total dollar value of $81,875.89 for asphalt paving at West Riverside Park, Memorial Gardens entrance and parking area, and that the 2018 capital budget for West Riverside Park, Memorial Park entrance and parking be increased in the amount of $15,000 to be funded from the capital levy account. Do I have a mover? Councillor Boyce, seconded by Councillor Miller. Any discussion? None? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion's carried. Moving on to 8B, consent items. Council may adopt consent items by one motion, but prior to consideration of such motion, members may request that specific items be removed from consideration under such motion, and council shall consider such items individually. Councillor Panchuk.
No, thank you.
Councillor Thompson.
No, thank you.
Councillor Carr.
No, thank you.
Councillor Boyce.
No, thanks.
Councillor Denies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just kidding.
Thank God. Councillor Miller.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, I'm good.
Okay, great. Guess we're moving on then. Can I have a motion to approve? Councillor Deniers, seconded by Councillor Thompson. All in favor? Okay, motion's carried. Where are we now? Okay, I guess we have no council information matters, so we're on to 8D, Rise and Report. Motion? Councillor Miller, seconded by Councillor Deniers. All in favor? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. So item number 9, bylaws. So before us we have first reading of the bylaws. So if it's consent of council, I'll read the numbers. First reading only, 2018-190, 2018-191, 2018-192, 193, 194, and 195. First reading of the bylaws, moved by Councillor Carr, second by Councillor Deniers. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 9B, second reading of the bylaws, and with any discussion if you would like. 2018-190, 2018-191, 2018-192, 2018-193, 194, 195. Moved by Councillor Miller, second by Councillor Thompson. All in favor? That's carried. And third reading of the bylaws, 2018-190, 191, 192, 193, 194, and 195. Third reading of the bylaws, November the 26th, 2018. Moved by Councillor Denier, second by Councillor Panchuk. All in favor? All opposed? That's carried. Any new business? No new business? Any motions? New business. Councillor Denier, you have the floor.
Thank you. I just wanted to say a few words, this being our final meeting. So, as my 4 terms of council and 15 years come to a close, I want to indicate that it's been my utmost privilege to represent the constituents in Belleville. This city looks very different today than it did 15 years ago. There have been many accomplishments to celebrate: responsible, deliverable budgets, growth and prosperity within our city, Build Belleville projects, 3 new fire halls, beautiful new bridges that dawn the gateways to this city, doctor recruitment successes, the Belleville Senators hockey team, Shorelines Casino, and many champion causes that have gone to AMO for the betterment of this city. My favorite committee as chair for the 15 years is the Cultural Cities Committee. It has brought foreign goodwill between our city and Lahr, Germany, and Gumpel, South Korea. I will truly miss this the most, but we have made everlasting friendships along the way, and that will continue. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, Lord Mayor called me and invited me to his retirement celebrations next year in October. As I said at the last planning meeting, I want to thank our dedicated staff for all their meaningful reports and informative reports that make the job around this horseshoe a lot easier. Decisions are easier made. So with good governance in mind, I wish the new council all well in the years to follow.
Very nice. Councillor Boyce?
Thank you, Your Worship.
See your hand there?
I speak today as a councillor, but more importantly as a citizen of this amazing city. I've been privileged to have been a city councillor for the last 15 years, and there are many individuals, groups I want to thank. I want to thank my current employee. For the last 10 years at the facility, they have been so accommodating with my schedules that I could attend meetings, events, etc. Even on short notice, they never denied my request for time off. Now it is my time to repay them for their commitment. I want to thank the media. They've always been fair and honest. Even when I would scatter words around during an interview, they would decipher those words and make it appear coherent. Current and former council members, I've seen so many come and go around this table. I thank individuals like Brian Smith and George Beer, who I considered mentors, and who always displayed respect to everyone, and who were individuals who were in politics for all the right reasons. I've seen 4 people come and go from my right-hand side, however. In 15 years, my left side has been constant. Jackie and I chose our seats in 2003, and have chosen to remain there for the last 15 years. While we didn't always agree on topics, we always remained respectful of each other. And Jackie has not once got upset with me for being the victim of many of my practical jokes around the table. There is no one I would rather have sat beside. One second.
Why don't you try to move?
You wouldn't let me. The next thank you may initially sound unusual, but is not upon hearing why. In a lifetime, you will meet individuals who epitomize the word class, who stand out as everything that humans should be and that sacrifice themselves for others. In 2003, I made the decision to run for council. As you know, I have a very obsessive personality where I take on projects and work and tend to neglect other aspects. When I was elected in 2003,
Think of a beach. Think of a beach.
I know, that's what I'm thinking in January. I knew my ex-wife saw the writing on the wall. Council and the city became my passion. My priorities became screwed up. After the second re-election, my marriage came to an end. If there was ever anyone who deserved to be a saint, that truly would have been Mary. Thank you for your sacrifice and unselfishness in allowing me to pursue my passion. Page 4. I also want to thank my biggest supporters, my parents. There's simply not enough time to thank you for everything. At this time, I want to congratulate the incoming council. I am confident that you will continue to make this city a great place to live and work. I also want to thank the staff. It's truly been a pleasure to work with every one of you. And finally, and most importantly, to the citizens of Belleville. To be elected for 15 years is an honor and a privilege. You elected someone who had difficulty at times verbalizing my thoughts, but you had enough confidence that you knew that my thoughts represented yours. The door certainly isn't closing, and I'm sure politics isn't over for me. This election is over, however, and I ask my supporters and all the citizens who may have been disappointed to stand behind our new mayor and council. Work with them, not against them. In this day and age, we see divisive and adversarial politics. I implore the citizens to work together with our new council for the benefit of the whole city. There is no room in the city left for negativity. We must all do our part to make Belleville better. I wish everyone in the community all the best, and I look forward to exciting things happening in this great city. Thank you.
All right. Councillor Miller, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. Well, 12 years have certainly passed by very quickly, and when I think back to the first time I was elected in 2006, our city has certainly changed. Ultimately, it will be left up to others to determine how effective the three councils that I've served on have been. Call me biased, be my guest, but I believe the legacy of all three councils will be significant, and I'm proud to have been a part of it. I remember the priority list established at our first strategic planning session. We're going back 12 years, and Councillor Thompson was there, and Councillor Boyce, and Councillor Dennis, and Mayor Christopher, as well as myself. It was a very extensive list that had been determined, and it was kind of a wish list, but it was a wish list designed to address the glaring needs of our community. I always remember the CAO at the time, Steve Hindeman, and he had told me during that first election in 2006, more or less a heads up, that the city was at a crossroads, that so much work had to be done. We had formulated an extensive and, unfortunately, expensive list, but every item on that list had to be done. Former Mayor Neil Ellis used to call frivolous items Ferris wheels. Well, there were no Ferris wheels on that list, a list in which every item has been checked off, allowing our city to grow now and well into the future. To our staff, and particularly our senior staff, who we've worked closely with, I not only extend my thanks for your cooperation over the years, but also my admiration and respect for everything you do for our community. The hours you put in, above and beyond anything resembling a normal workday. Over the last 12 years, your plate has been full, in fact, heaping. This council has piled on hundreds of projects, literally hundreds of projects, many of them huge, like building bridges, a wellness center downtown, and the many others that were part of Build Belleville, and many more that were not, but had to be done as well. I remember getting emails at 2 in the morning from Mark Fleurer during the construction of the wellness center. In fact, Mark took on a lot of projects that fell outside of his job description, and he put everything he had into all of them. And he's not alone. And when I look around the table, I know our city is in very good hands. To those of you I've had the honor and pleasure of serving with, we've shared accomplishments, we've shared defeats, we've shared thoughts, ideals, but ultimately the same goal, and that is to make the city of Belleville, our city, the best it can be. A city to be proud of, a city where people want to be. I have served with 13 other people during my 3 terms. I've learned something from each and every one of them, and for those that were here now and for those that were here before. We each serve on many committees, but one I have not only been on, but have chaired for all 12 years is Transit Advisory. And when we started, we didn't even have Sunday service. Well, today we not only operate every day, but Belleville Transit is on the cutting edge of smartphone technology with our new on-demand service, a service that is being watched closely right across North America. And as a little going away present today, we honored our 1 millionth passenger this morning at 10 o'clock. A lot of work has been carried out, but I leave one goal only partially finished, the fairgrounds. The city has regained control of the east side of Sydney Street, and the buildings have been cleared out. And I hope the city will soon take the next step toward developing those 6 acres. The sale of the land will bring millions. The annual boost to the tax base will be in the order of $500,000 a year, which will be the equivalent of about 100 new homes. And of course, there is the west side of Sydney Street still to be determined. Over 3 elections, thousands of people have put their confidence in me, almost 8,900 in 2014 alone. I hope I haven't let you down. And as much as I know you can't please everyone, I've done my best to be prepared and to make the best decisions I can on behalf of everyone. There are some I'd like to have the chance to do over again. I'm sure we all have, but on most nights I think I've slept fairly well. Thank you for the privilege of serving you, and to the great campaign teams that helped me over 3 elections. Many are friends, others acquaintances, all who believed in me, which is humbling in itself, and I hope I haven't let anybody down. And finally, most importantly, my family, my wife CJ, my daughter Leslie, my grandkids Courtney and Mason. Between council and the day job, as everybody knows, there are so many demands, and we need our family to back us through the good times, through the bad times, making sacrifices along the way. On the good days of council, the bad days of council, the love, the support, always there. I've worked on dozens of committees before I became a member of council, stayed on many while I was a member of council, and will continue to stay involved after I leave. Belleville is worth it. I'd like to wish Mayor-elect Panchuk and the council going forward all the best. I know there are exciting things coming down in the next 4 years, and we wish you all the best making it all happen. Thank you very much.
Councillor Panchak.
Thank you very much, Mayor Christopher. I'd like to offer a few words of tribute to my colleagues who will not be joining us after this next week. I'd like to start with you, Mayor Christopher. Belleville has undergone much positive change over the past 12 years since you were first elected to City Council. Your public service has made a difference in the lives of many, and I extend my sincerest thanks to you for your contribution. We may not always have agreed on everything, but we did agree on a lot, and especially about the fact that Belleville is the best city in Ontario. Your leadership and service to our community has played an important part in building our Belleville, and in addition to saying thank you, I want to wish you and your family well in your future endeavors. My colleague, Councillor Boyce, it is a significant contribution of public service when one serves a single term on Belleville City Council, much less 15 consecutive years. Councillor Boyce can see his fingerprints or influence over much of the change in Belleville since he was first elected, and he has much to be proud of. I've appreciated working with him, and while there are many accomplishments, I want to mention the one that I will remember him for the most. When I was elected to City Council, I did not request to be appointed to the Glanmore National Historic Advisory Committee, but I was nonetheless. I now very much appreciate that. Councillor Boyce had been on the board before and agreed to take the chairmanship this term. At the same time, one of the strategic needs of the city was to develop additional inventory of tourism properties. Along with city staff, Councillor Boyce was successful in getting additional resources to allow Glanmore to do more, and we see the results now in significant increases in visits to that site. He knew how to convince our colleagues for the funding increases and how to work through the apprehensions of some of the staff. We have big plans for the Glanmore organization going forward, and Edgerton Boyce will be able to properly take credit because without the work accomplished by him this term, our future plans wouldn't have been possible. This is but one area in a long and distinguished career of public service to a community that he has always been so proud to be from. Councillor Boyce still has much to contribute. I look forward to working with him in the future and thank him for his public service over the past 15 years. Councillor Jackie Daniers has long been the name of the person who has been synonymous with Thurlow Ward, and especially rural Thurlow. And I know it is something she wears with pride as a member of a multi-generational family still in the farming business. She was always reminded us of the agricultural component of our community and the rich history we have because of it. But she has also been an advocate and an excellent elected representative for the growth of the urban Thurlow Ward and getting the necessary services for those residents. As a longtime member of the Planning Committee and Chair, she has seen a lot accomplished under her leadership. Councillor Daniers and I share the distinction of being the only 2 chairs in the recent history of the Grant Committee, as it was created by the previous council. It was very helpful for me to have her advice and guidance during my term. The work of the Grant Committee has now evolved significantly, and we handle much more than we ever first imagined. But we've adapted and grown, and we could not have done that without her. That is also something we can say about many things in our city today. I wish her much success in her efforts to continue to represent Belleville in a new role as a potential Member of Parliament. I thank her for her public service over the past 15 years and wish her and her family the very best. Councillor Mike Graham, it has been a pleasure to work with Councillor Graham, and I think we all regret that his health struggles prevented us from working with him even more. I have appreciated getting to know him and thank him for his contribution in making Belleville a better community this term. He is one of the rare citizens of our city who has had the chance to serve our community during both a professional career and then as an elected representative as well. I thank him for his contribution as a member of the Belleville Police Service and since 2014 as a city councillor. I salute that service and thank his family for allowing him to contribute to our community. Best wishes to him and his family going forward. And lastly, Councillor Jack Miller. It is going to be very strange for me to consider a Belleville City Council without Jack Miller as being part of it. When I moved to Belleville, I was so focused on growing our business and then traveling to additional locations that I didn't have the chance to really follow our local government as much as I did after 2006, when Councillor Miller was first elected. But it was impossible not to notice him and the role he played as a volunteer and a citizen, and I got to know him through our sponsorship of the Belleville Bulls. And of course, Jack Miller was the undeniable voice of that organization. Even before being elected to City Council in 2006, Jack Miller was a volunteer and a contributor to making Belleville better. I believe his first committee was the Parks Board, and he has been helping out in making improvements to our community ever since on numerous committees and causes. Councillor Miller put his heart and soul into his efforts as a city councillor since he was first elected in 2006, and Belleville is the better for it. The support he has seen at election time is a testament to the satisfaction that voters have for the man we affectionately call the sports councillor. Councillor Miller has been a workhorse of a city councillor and has seen much of his impact on the changes Belleville has undergone over the past 12 years. He should take great pride in his contribution, and so should his family, especially his wife, CJ. I don't believe Jack Miller is done with his service to our community. I'm grateful for his advice and his willingness to tell me when he thought I was wrong about an issue or that I should have handled the situation differently than I did. I will need more of that advice in the weeks and months ahead, and I know I'll be able to rely on him as a friend and trusted advisor. I look forward to working with him and thank him for the significant contribution over the past 12 years. And lastly, my retiring colleagues, I feel very blessed to be able to rise and pay tribute to each of you this evening. Thank you for being a colleague for these past 4 years, and may God bless you all as you go into the next stages of your life.
Okay, seeing no more on the agenda, number 11, any motions? Seeing no motions, number 12, notice of motions. Seeing none, announcements. I've got a Councillor Thompson.
Just one quick one. I just want to note that when we did the lighting display a week ago last Friday, we had over 2,000 people in attendance. Great turnout, and as it turned out, now we're having music every Friday night. Last Friday night we had about 200 people show up for the music. It's turned out to a big event, so I would just want to thank the staff, the committee members, the volunteers that partake in it. It's really become a family event, so I appreciate everything that's been supportive of.
Good stuff. You did a great job there, Granny. Okay, so I've got a couple of proclamations here, and then I think that's about it. Okay, so number one, under the United Way, I would like to proclaim November 27th as Giving Tuesday Day in the city of Belleville. The United Way has joined with other non-for-profit charities around the globe for this charitable call to action. So please help spread the word for the opening of the season of giving tomorrow on Tuesday days. Okay? And then also a small announcement of attendance representing the municipality. And also I would like to read the proclamation of Unite the End of Violence Against Women and Girls Orange Day. I had the profound privilege yesterday to bring greetings and read the proclamation in front of 100+ volunteers, and Councillor Thompson was also present there, and there was lots of families and lots of munchkins, so it was really nice to see. So it's the Orange the World Day, and we received as a council and as a family, as a community, their deputation, and we fully support them. So I'd like to read the proclamation. You can obviously see still showcasing the orange color, and hopefully you'll get a bit of a flavor of why it's so important that we continue on the message and the awareness till the end of to the middle of December. So the proclamation is Unite the End of Violence Against Women and Girls Orange Days. Whereas 16 days of activism against gender-based violence from November 25th, which is International Day of Elimination of Violence Against Women, to December the 10th, International Human Rights Day, it is a time to galvanize the action against violence against women and girls. And whereas United Nations Unite campaign to end violence against women and girls raises awareness and calls for action during the 16 days using the color orange as unifying the theme and the color. And whereas the city acknowledges the Grandmothers Advocacy Network, which is GRAN, which is all those volunteers that fill the gallery, a Canadian organization working to end the violence against women and girls. And whereas violence against women and girls is pervasive around the world, including in Canada and including our beautiful city of Belleville. So now, therefore, I, Tassel Christopher, of the greatest city in the province of Ontario, being the city of Belleville, do hereby proclaim the 16 days of November 25th to the 10th of December to unite the end of violence against women and girls Orange Days in the city of Belleville. And a small segue to that is the orange. You know, what can anybody do and what role can we play? Just a couple of bullets. Obviously, yesterday we attended the vigil, was very successful. It was a nice education and communication base on behalf of our city. In the coming times, up till the 10th, you're more than welcome to wear something orange within the family or your company in your corporate world. You can decorate your home or your offices in orange, and you can reach out to the social media and our media partners. So those are a couple of proclamations that I had the privilege yesterday of reading the one, and I wanted to read it again today. I also have a couple of going away gifts to our retiring councillors. Before me, I have three beautiful prints illustrating our beautiful downtown. One is to the beautiful Jackie Deniers, Councillor Jackie Deniers. I'll bring it to you. And congratulations for your services to the city of Belleville from 2003 to 2018. So I have a beautiful photo here, and it's a picture on behalf of staff and the citizens of the city of Belleville. And the second individual, wearing number 15 in the program and number 1 in my heart, playing left wing, Jack Miller. Congratulations for your services to the beautiful city of Belleville from 2006 to 2018, and it's a beautiful print of the marina and the harbor in the winter. And the last one I have for presentation here is to Edgerton Boyce, that wears his heart and his vision on his sleeve. Congratulations to you and your entire family, and you should be tremendously proud from being an elected official from 2003 to 2018, and there's a beautiful print here of beautiful Myers Pier. Congratulations, buddy. And also, as I mentioned earlier, on behalf of all of council and all of staff, I'll make sure that we forward off the other, the print to Councillor Michael Graham for all the services and his assistance and guidance. So before I look for confirmation, closing remarks on my behalf, the retiring councils have said it eloquently. You've hit all buttons. It has been a tremendous honor to work with everybody. There is a cliche that you wish an incoming team or an incoming coach or an incoming manager good luck. I wouldn't really worry about that with this group, because we have, and I've said it before, we have world-class staff. We have staff that have been hitting grand slams, that have been under tremendous pressure. This council has really pushed the button and pushed the envelope on getting projects on the table, having a wholesome, respectful debate about it, putting some resources towards it, and then allowing staff to do their job. So sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you to all of our staff and their families, and say thank you to all of fellow council and our future councils. You're in great hands. You're in fantastic hands. It has been a tremendous honor to be the bus driver of the greatest city of the province of Ontario, and we are. There's no doubt in my mind. The things that we discussed, the projects that we put forward, things that we were told that cannot be done. It just won't happen. You can't do it. Well, you can see the results. You can see the positive resolutions, and some of the comments between the three of you have hit all the buttons. I mean, there was some really good things happening. So all of us should be very proud of our families for allowing us to put the time forward. It's a hell of a commitment, but I tell you, it's a nice feeling. It's a greater feeling when you know the administration, the executive is hitting on all buttons. So I'm tremendously proud of all the work we did together, and I wish everybody a very safe and healthy holiday season, a very safe Merry Christmas, and the best to everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Item number 14 on our agenda is, it's called the confirmatory bylaw. Let me read it. Bylaw number 2018-196, a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council and its meeting held today, the 26th of November. It will be read the first, the second, and the third time, and finally passed today, the 26th day of November, 2018. Moved by Councillor Denier, second by Councillor Miller. Do you want a recorded vote on that? All in favor? That's carried. I need a motion to adjourn. Moved by Councillor Boyce, second by Councillor Denier. All in favor? Carried. Have a great holiday season. All the best to everybody.